This bone is humerus. In this video, we discuss anatomical landmark of humerus at proximal end and shaft. Humerus bone consists of three divisions. This is proximal end. This is center part is shaft, and this is distal end. So we will discuss today landmarks of proximal end and shaft. At proximal end, first landmark is head of humerus. This white highlighted portion at proximal end of humerus is called as head. It is semi-spherical or semicircle in shape. It attached with the scapula bone to form a shoulder joint. You can see in this picture, this triangular bone is scapula. This bone is, hand bone is humerus. The head of humerus, the semicircular part is head. This head of humerus attached with the cavity in scapula to form a shoulder joint. So head of humerus fits in the cavity of scapula, and this cavity in which head of humerus fits is called as glenoid cavity. So head is semi-spherical in shape and it joint, articulate or fits into a glenoid cavity of scapula bone to form a shoulder joint. This joint is also called as glenohumeral joint. Gleno word is from glenoid cavity in which a head of humerus fits, and humeral word is from humerus. So glenohumeral joint or shoulder joint. Okay, head. The head is hemispherical in shape. It attaches, articulates or fits in the glenoid cavity of a scapular bone to form a glenohumeral joint or a shoulder joint. The diameter of the humeral head is generally larger in man than in woman. Now, first anatomical landmark is head, and it attached with the glenoid cavity of scapula to form a shoulder joint. Second landmark at proximal end is neck. Neck is represented by a narrow groove separating the head from the tubercles. It is basically a separating line which separates the head from the rest of the upper end landmarks. In this picture, this green separating line is called as neck. This is the second landmark. It separates the head from the other landmarks, or it separates the head from this rough area which we called as tubercle. Okay, now we have studied up till two landmarks at proximal end. Head, this rounded semi-round spherical surface is head, and this is separating line is neck. Head and neck. Surgical neck. A constriction below the tubercles called the surgical neck, which is frequently the common site of fracture. This highlighted line is called as surgical neck, and it is a common site for fracture. These are the tubercles, rough area. Below the rough area, surgical neck is present. Humerus bone is wider from here, and then it becomes narrow. This narrowing groove or the narrowing line here is called as the surgical neck, and it's a common site for the fracture. Number 3 landmark is greater tubercle. The greater tubercle is a large lateral projection. It is present on the lateral side of the bone. Greater tubercle is convex and rough. This lateral projection, this lateral rough area is called as greater tubercle. It is convex and it is rough. This roughness is for the attachment of the muscles. The muscles which attach with the greater tubercle are supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and teres minor muscles. You can see here rough area. From this rough area from the greater tubercle, these three muscles are attached: supra and infraspinatus and teres minor muscles. There is a crest in greater tubercle which form bicipital groove, and this is the site for the attachment of pectoralis muscles. Pectoralis muscles are the chest muscles. This rough area is called as greater tubercle, to which three muscles are attached. This protrude portion is called as the crest, to which the pectoralis major muscles are attached. So after we have studied three landmarks at proximal end, this is head, this separating line is neck, this lateral portion is greater tubercle, to which muscles are attached: supra and infraspinatus teres muscle and the pectoralis muscles. Next bone marking or landmark is lesser tubercle. The lesser tubercle is a smaller projection of the humerus. It is present in front of humerus bone. This is lesser tubercle. It is present in front and it is smaller of area, so this is called lesser tubercle. This area is big, so greater tubercle. This is small, so lesser tubercle. It is present, the lateral side is present in front of humerus bone. The lesser tuberosity is more prominent than the greater as it is situated in front. The lesser tubercle provides insertion to subscapularis muscles. The muscles which are attached to lesser tubercle is subscapularis muscles. The crest of the lesser tubercle form the bicipital groove, and this is insertion or attachment site for the teres major and latissimus dorsi muscles. So in lesser tubercle, the muscles which are attached are subscapularis muscles, teres major muscles, and the latissimus dorsi muscles. Bicipital groove. The tubercles, greater and lesser, they both are separated by deep groove, which we call as the bicipital groove. This is greater, this is lesser. They are separated from each other by a groove, which we call as the bicipital groove or intertubercular groove. Intertubercular groove or bicipital groove. Okay, so we have studied four landmarks at proximal end: head of humerus, neck of humerus, greater tubercle, lesser tubercle. These are for the attachment of different muscles, and they both are separated by a line, by a groove, bicipital groove, which we call as the intertubercular groove because it is present between tubercles, so intertubercular groove. Now come to the body or shaft. The body or shaft of the humerus is triangular to cylindrical. This is shaft or body. The deltoid tuberosity is a rough area. Tuberosity, tubercle, trochanter, they represent the rough area on the bone, and this is for the attachment of muscles. So this rough area is called as deltoid tuberosity because it is for the attachment of the deltoid muscle. That's why we name it as deltoid tuberosity. You can see in this shaft there is a protrude projection rough area which we called as deltoid tuberosity. To this rough area deltoid muscles attached. This straight is straight and then it protrudes and then it's straight. So this is called as deltoid tuberosity. The posterior superior part of the shaft has a crest for the attachment of tricep muscles. It also gives attachment to triceps muscles. Below deltoid tuberosity is a radial sulcus transmitting the radial nerve from which the radial nerve passes, and also the profunda artery. It is straight, then protrudes. This is called as the deltoid tuberosity. This area is called as the radial groove.